up, my witches? I feel fabulous today. Can't you tell? So, anyway, I was thinking the other day, what can I concoct in my kitchen? And I was reminded of an old friend I knew back in the 1800s. Wait. You didn't know I was that old? That's what oil of old lady does to your face. Poster child, right? Anyway, I had an old friend back in New Orleans. Her name was Madame Laveau. I went down to visit. I was wandering around the swamps and brooding, and then I thought, I need something to eat. And she was like, come to my friend's house. So we went over to her friend's house and they had cooked up this marvelous concoction in a gigantic pot. It had possum in it. I don't like possum, but I ate it. When you're at a friend's house, that's what you do. Anyway, true story. Anyway, she taught me how to make this wonderful thing called gumbo. So, that's what we're going to be making today. Join me. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut up and cook some sausage. Now, I will tell you, there's different kinds of sausages in the world. And there's one thing this witch gets lucky with. Alabama has the best. It's called Kaneka, and it's Cajun. This is the meat of the underworld gods. It's delightful. So, we're going to open this up. No magic needed. Get a fucking pair of scissors. We're going to open this shit. Open, 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 open. Looks like entrails. Now, I have another witch friend. Her name is Jennifer. She laughs at my knife skills. That's okay. Check this shit out. I'm gonna cut it with a butter knife. You can't stop me. I'm just wild like that. Now, I've got my pan heated up already on medium. We're gonna throw this shit in there. This sausage is not cooked. It has to be cooked. Now, you don't have to bring it up to full temperature because it will go into the pot of gumbo and it will finish cooking off later. But I'm going to get it pretty damn close. You like that butter knife action, don't you? Dump it in. Oh, dump it in. Oh, so good. So good. My familiar is already starting to beg underneath me. She smells the Cajun goodness. Take that, Jennifer. I'm kidding. Now, for this to be done, it has to come up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna bring it up close to that. Whew, it was a little hot. Gonna get it up close to that. I like getting a good sear and good little crust on the edge. Let's see how brown it is. That's good stuff. I'm gonna turn the heat down though now because I want this to cook a little bit slower. I got it a little too hot. We need to extract all the grease from this. we want it to cook long enough to get a good bunch of grease. Grease is good. Now, typically gumbo is made in a gigantic pot on top of the stove, but I use my trusty slow cooking cauldron for everything. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna put that bitch on high. Now, typically what people do is they use a mirepoix, but a different type. It's the holy trinity of Cajun cooking, and it's bell pepper and onion and celery. But that shit makes me burp. I don't use it. Plus, you know what? Fuck it. I'm from the South. We use black eyed peas in everything. Don't knock it till you tried it. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up a can of diced tomatoes. This is a seriously easy recipe. I mean, it's for the common witch. We're not all gourmets. Dump that shit in the pan. Ow. Okay. Two cans of black-eyed peas. If you can get it to drain a little bit, drain it. Not too much, but just enough to where it's not too watery. Fuck up out of there. Or fucking hex you. When you're not a rich witch, a lot of your meals come from cans, and that's okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. You know why you should never knock canned goods? Because that shit's always there. You stock up Good Witch's Pantry, it's got a lot of canned vegetables in it, and you can always make something. Don't ever knock it. Okay, we're going to put in a can of rotel. This is Aldi brand rotel. Aldi's where the cheap witches shop. Or maybe I should say frugal. And then we're gonna have 2 cans of chicken stock. I couldn't find it, I got broth. Fuck it. If you're saying to yourself, that doesn't seem like a gumbo recipe, oh, don't knock it till you tried it. This is a very easy recipe anybody can do. Don't you hate it when a piece of paper gets in the thing? Makes me just want to go on a hexing spell. Just hex everybody. Okay, for the moment, I'm going to put the lid on and go check on my sausage. Okay, the sausage is done. I'm going to add that shit to the pot. I'm just going to take it straight out of the pan, right in. I'm not going to really drain it or let it sit on a paper towel. Those greases are going to help flavor this. And no, it will not end up greasy. Now, we're going to put in a tablespoon of garlic. That's a bore. Yeah, a little bit more, fuck. We're having fun here. Garlic is awesome. But don't kiss your loved one afterwards, unless they have it too. That's the trick. If you're going to have something smelly for dinner, make sure that your partner has it as well. Now, I have got some beautiful, drained, thawed okra. Okra is where it's at. That's some good shit, y'all. Quick stir. Now, I'm gonna add some Tony, Creole seasoning. This stuff is awesome. Even the dog knows. She's already whining about it. Gonna give it a little stir. And I'm gonna let that cook on high for a couple of hours. And then I'm going to come back. Before it's done, we're gonna be adding shrimp to this. Now I'm going to show you what to do with that sausage grease. Grease is fun to play with. The whole kitchen smells good. We are fixing to make the foundation, the most important building block of gumbo. Roux. We're going to make a roux. Alright, I've got the grease in the pan. The eye is still on. I'm going to add a little bit of butter because it's not enough grease. I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons right now. Get that shit melted. Butter. It smells so good. Butter and sausage fat is just delicious. It's fucking delightful. Oh, it's so good. We're gonna get that melted down. We're gonna get it melted down pretty quick. Now, I am going to end up using a whisk. You want to whisk your roux, you have to stir it constantly. This is a long process. A very long process. But since I have a non-stick pan, I have to make sure to use a silicone whisk so that I don't tear it up, because bitch ain't rich. I can't afford new fucking pans, right? Okay, now that butter's melting, I'm gonna add some flour to it. Flour. I'm gonna give it a stir here. We're gonna make like a paste. Needs more flour. Pasty like my flesh. Okay. Little bit more flour. We're gonna stir this. Okay. Now, there are different shades of roux. Different shades. Not 50. We ain't going there. You don't need to see my face right now. What is important is the roux. See how white it is? We're going to start stirring, and stirring, and stirring, and stirring. When you see it turn a light golden color, that is called a blonde roux. It's okay for some things, but we're going for dark roux, and it takes a while. The darker the roux, the stronger the flavor. I might need a little more flour. Shisha! Cook my pretty. Cook my pretty. Constantly stirring. Constantly stirring. This has reached a good blonde stage. I don't know if the camera actually shows the beautiful light caramel color. And here I think of my friend Pee Wee Herman. She keeps stirring and stirring and stirring. And so it continues. That is the color of a nice light blonde roux, or blonde roux. It's not light too much anymore. It is literally the color of like a Werther's Original. This is a very long process. That's why I'm not showing the whole thing. This is the color of a nice medium roux. It's starting to smell a little like burnt popcorn because the butter. What we're doing is we're cooking that flour taste out of it as well. This is a dark roux. Now we're going to add this. This is not only going to help flavor, but it's also going to help thicken the gumbo. This is thick and disgusting like a paste, but that's the way it's supposed to be. Get it all in there. Cajun goodness. Stir that goodness in. That's what it's about, right there. Now, I'm going to put the lid back on, and we are done for a few hours, which means that I get to put my feet up and have my minions come and paint my toenails. Every woman needs her day. We'll be back. Now, we've got about an hour left to cook on our beautiful gumbo. It's bubbling. It's bubbling. I love it when it bubbles and it toils and it troubles everyone but me and my tummy. Okay, so what I have done is I have gotten some shrimp, and let me tell you something, shrimp is very expensive. Only rich witches can afford fresh shrimp. I'm rich. So what do? I go to the store and I get the already cooked, not the raw, get the already cooked frozen shrimp. Then all you have to do is thaw it. I thaw it under running cold water, and then boop, you squeeze their little ass and pull off the tail. That's all you have to do. Because they're already cooked, they can wait until the last hour. And it won't overcook them, trust me, they'll be fine. But it'll allow a little bit of that flavor to help get in there without overdoing it and turning into rubber. So I've got one more to pinch. Oh, aren't you just the cutest little ass? Squeeze! Ah! There it goes. So we're about to dump those bitches in. Make sure all the water is drained out. And shusha! Dump them in. There's still a little piece of okra right there. Dump those bitches in. Oh man, that smells so good. Now we're just going to give it a stir. This is looking so delicious. So delightful. And we're done for another hour and a half or so until the man comes home. In case you're wondering why Frederick has not been active in helping me in this little endeavor, it's because he's grounded. He was in the background a while ago while I was making sausage, but he's not allowed to participate. He was a naughty, naughty spider. I had company and he webbed all over the floor. It was so embarrassing. I felt like such a bad mother and the company was aghast. They were horrified and there was just web everywhere. Frederick knows better than that. He's been web trained. So our gumbo is done. I'm going to take some rice and put it in the bottom of a bowl because that's how you serve gumbo. I shouldn't have to tell you how to make rice. 2 cups of water, bring to a boil, dump in a cup of rice, turn that shit down to low, 15 minutes with a lid on it, rice. Look at it. Oh, it's not focused because it's steamy. It's beautiful. Gonna put a big old, look at that. Look at the sausage and the okra and the shrimp. It's good eating, my friends. We've got a beautiful scoop of rice on the top, and then my favorite, cha-ching! Crystal hot sauce. It's got enough heat, not overpowering, the flavor's fantastic. Sprinkle that shit in till your ass is gonna burn. Time to eat. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Gothic Witch's Kitchen. I do hope you had a frightfully good time like I did, and that you enjoyed your gumbo as much as I did. It's so delightfully good. Give me a thumbs up, please. Like. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe! Or I may put some kind of an itching spell on. Okay, I won't put a spell on you. Please subscribe. If you have fun watching my episodes, please share it with others. Let them join in the fun and learn how to cook something like a good witch does. I'll see you next week for another episode of the Gothic Witch's Kitchen. Good night. Let me tell you something. I went down and... So, let me tell you something. I hope I didn't fucking already run that. Forgot about Madame Lubo. You're gonna start whining now because you smell sausage, aren't you? Don't be a turd. I see that wiggle nub. Don't you come wiggling over to your mother all like, Mommy, it's me, I'm so cute. What I'm gonna do, where's that damn can drainer? Son of a bitch. Now, what is Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gothic Witch's Kitchen. Didn't we have a frightfully good time making a Cajun delight? I know I sure did. Add a little hot sauce and a little hot sauce. What the fuck am I doing? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. It's one of those fucking days. It's one of those fucking days. Join us next week for another episode of the Gothic Witch's Kitchen. Like if you... I choked on my spit.